Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to A Link to the Past No Major Glitches Tournament 2021 Winners Bracket Round 2. Seed 42, someone325 versus Seed 53, negazeus. And I have Anders and Deatom on commentary, and they will take it from here.
Yeah, hope everyone's doing well today.
I'm doing okay. How are you doing, Dow?
I'm doing all right. You're really quiet on my end, so...
I probably am. Let me adjust that. I redid my setup this morning.
Okay, I think it's fine.
Hello, can you hear me now? Thank you, Sirius and Twin.
But yeah, so this is going to be a winner's bracket match between negazeus and someone325. Winner's bracket meaning that if you lose, it's not over. And if you win, you get to play somebody probably better. Famed time spinner runner Lanxium is waiting for the winner of this match. But yeah, should be a good one here. Looks like the runners' PBs are a couple minutes apart, but looking at their sum of best, that's within a minute, and sum of best usually is a pretty good indicator of how strong a player is. PB, of course, is just something you've done once. Sum of best is something you've contributed to over all of your runs. So.
Hopefully this is maybe a little better. I'm still working on it on my end, so sorry everybody. I'll be sure to yell.
No problem. As long as we have it before trivia, we'll be okay. But here, we're getting started with the race. This is Escape. If we see more than a handful of seconds of separation between them, something has gone terribly wrong. It is not the hardest of segments. A lot of the time save you're going to see is a lot of small things, just a few frames here and there that the runners are going to try to optimize as best they can. In about a minute and a half, we're going to come up on definitely the hardest part of this segment, which is the ball and chain guard, which could be where we see some separation kind of begin to occur, but prior to that, I'm not expecting too much. And yeah, you can see kind of slight differences in movement between them. What we're looking for mostly is to not get hit by RNG like that. Do our best to kind of get into doors cleanly. It's a very maybe underrated part of the game, or maybe not obviously something you do, but you play quite a bit and you start to notice just how important clean movement is. A little bit awkward there with the upspin on someone's side. It was it can be a little bit finicky sometimes, so if you're really trying to optimize it, you may miss the second hit of the spin a little bit.
So, not gonna lie there, every time you say on someone's side, I'm like, Dow, it says which runner's which, right below the screen. Consider me thoroughly confused while we deal with that today. You are very correct there. I also want to apologize for my silence. Dow, I sent you a preview DM of today's trivia question for your approval while we head down towards our ball and chain guard.
Huh. I got no idea.
Well, good. I'm sure someone will, and someone's still gonna be like, Durs, it's too hard, or it's too easy. While everyone else is like, no, it's too hard. And oh, those, some solid ball and chain fights, syncing us both up, both grabbing that lamp and then getting the princess.
Yeah, I mentioned this might be where we first see any kind of separation, but no. We're gonna stay in sync, hopefully, for the rest of Escape here.
just remember, you guys can blame Dow for lying to you there. As I joke every time, the point of this is to save the princess. The run is roughly 6 minutes long, because nothing bad can happen after we get the princess out of the castle, right, Dow?
No, being the hero here, we're gonna do our heroic duties and leave her with an old man who can totally defend her from everything.
An old man who's totally relevant to the plot and we see numerous times later, am I right?
Maybe it's a good thing we don't see him later, because
yeah,
it's kind
spoilers.
of
So that was, I will say, that was one of my favorite parts of last year's All Dungeons Restricted Major Glitches tournament, was whenever someone accidentally post Master Sword save and quit to Sanctuary, and I was like, oh, a dead man. Great. Now, like most castles, there is a hidden catacomb behind the throne room. Note to self, based on my recent research, if you find a dark room somewhere inside your house or apartment, behind something, don't go in. Call the cops. Like, I've listened to a lot of true crime podcasts.
Look, the only thing that's going to be back there is, 400 snakes, 800 rats, a couple of bats. Nothing that you need to worry about.
Well, I did read a story about a family who found out that their house had been built on a snake pit.
No thanks. Wow, all of the rats are right there. Okay, I didn't think that was going to be the one that dropped the key.
And they kept hearing slithering in the walls until they found it.
Oh, so, okay.
Oh no, is this my internet pop?
Yeah, I think so. Because I got a lot of all your audio at once. But this is pretty much exactly what we want here. Basically tied to the frame coming out of Sanctuary. Yeah, good stuff. Or going into Sanctuary? I guess, whatever. I guess technically, someone has the tiniest of leads here because of the 1 rupee advantage. But chances are that's not going to end up mattering, so... Now, unfortunately, they decide that the rest of the world needs saving. And not just the princess, although I'm not sure where they get that idea from, but I guess we're going to go do it. So here we're going to take our first trek over to Eastern Palace. Yeah. Here's the Octorok minefield. Don't step on any mines, because they hurt. And there you go. Yep. 1 hard damage to both of them there. Big reason why we get the Sanctuary Heart, which gives us full refill, is 4th hat screen right there. Yeah, Anders is going to be gone for just a minute here. Looks like he's having a little bit of internet troubles. But we're not expecting too much more to go wrong here. Oh, yeah, okay. So someone moved up a little bit too soon, and it kind of made that blue guard start moving sooner, so it actually hit him a little bit there. Not what you want to see. I'm gonna avoid some cannonballs there, no problem. This heart is... I was doing a room grind recently, and I knew it didn't cost very much in terms of time, but it's like less than 5 frames. It's insane. how fast that heart is. Yeah, and booming the heart there does have a chance to have it count twice, but we didn't get that, unfortunately. So someone down a little bit in terms of health here. Should still be fine with 3 hearts to get to the rest of this dungeon. And there is an extra heart if they choose to get it. But yeah, hopefully nothing too crazy is going to happen here. So choosing to slash versus choosing to boom that Popo. In terms of time gained and lost, it's essentially even. It's slightly faster to boom. Slashing does give you a chance at rupees, which we're now tied up on rupees. So not sure how much closer this could be, honestly. Ooh, okay. Nice backup there. Very nicely done on someone's side. negazeus missed the Popo, so had to take the 2 heart damage boost instead. And yeah, here I mentioned we want to be over 3 hearts, or we want to have 3 hearts. We're going to take that damage boost 1.5. Optimally, we're not going to take any more damage in this dungeon, but it is very possible to take a heart from a couple of enemies, notably the Igors, who you can see in that screen just kind of chilling. We're going to take one, kill one right here, both opting for 1 slash strat there. Just slightly slower, but you do get a drop sometimes, so... Through the anti-fairy room here, no problem. These cannonballs are totally random. You gotta just react to them, and not too hard. Ooh. Oh. Very nicely handled on negazeus' side. Slight hiccup there on someone's side, but it's a little bit difficult when one of them's walking towards you and one of them's walking away. And here we're gonna see the first real difference. Someone gets some rupees. Yeah, we're gonna see top right armos from both of them here. This is not quite the fastest strat, but certainly in terms of like ease of doing it and how quick it goes on average. Definitely one of the best strats out there. Now, as far as rupees go, trying to take a peek at their splits here, and it looks like both of them probably do tree rupees, which means that ideally we want to get up to 14 rupees, and someone is already there. And yeah, based off the way that they're moving here, they're probably going to do tree rupees. negazeus would like to get 2 more rupees before we have to do tree pulls, but we are going to be okay with 12 either way. So we have enough rupees to finish the run here, which is fantastic stuff. And here we're going to see the first instance of using the boots to go fast. I'm glad that we get them and immediately get to put them to use with the worst trick in the game, spin speed, frame perfect trick that lets you maintain dashing speed after touching manual stairs and without having to start a dash. Downsides, you can't use your sword. So that can put us in some not great situations, particularly on Death Mountain in a little bit, but for the most part, it's not a big deal. We'll be able to walk around enemies without it anyway. Yeah, here we're seeing someone opts to go for that spin speed while negazeus does not. That is probably one of the spin speeds that saves the least amount of time. If either of these players uses the new boom tech that was discovered less than 24 hours ago, I won't be too surprised. We like to show off new tech, but I'll be a little surprised. Ooh, that guard not aggroing, recognizing it. Yeah, that guard sucks. Surprisingly, you do want that guard to aggro. It's makes the room more consistent. So as far as new tech goes, we've discovered that you can menu after a boss dies, but before the prize drops, without it costing any time. So that sounds like it'd be really good, but we'd really like to menu to the mirror. We don't have it. So instead you menu to the boom. And you can maybe boom a dead rock. And that's all there is to it. You also get to boom the pickles. That's pretty cool. And it saves some arrows. So like all in all, it's still probably worth going for, but it's also silly. Yeah, you can only menu in Eastern Desert because of reasons, and glitch categories also because of reasons. It's more technical than I quite understand or would like to get into, so. So yeah, nice torch key from both of them. And yeah, early on here, we're not really expecting huge swings one way or the other. A couple seconds here, a couple seconds there. Lots of opportunities, just small RNGs, like whether these cannonballs let you through or not. They did not on either side. That kind of can save you a second, lose you a second here and there. So early on, probably won't see too much of a difference. As we get towards kind of the more difficult splits, which is literally everything after this, and including the boss here, we'll see maybe a few more opportunities for bigger time gains and losses, but and there you see both runners walk up the stairs and then kind of dash down off them. Yeah, stair mechanics are weird, but that is in fact faster to do it that way. Not opting for Desert 2 spin speed, very reasonable. Save 40 frames, chance to lose 40 seconds. Yeah, not going for it's okay. You see a nice key dash there. If you line up on the correct pixel away from the door, which you can do by either nudging something or touching a wall, you'll be able to dash through a door without stopping or bonk it, which is really good. It actually saves a lot of time, so it's very nice. Okay, wanted the heart. Slashing the Ropa. The Popo taking a hit. Very classic Link to the Past. Play safe to save a heart and lose a heart instead. And that red Igor right there is just tricky to maneuver around. Likes to hit you all the time. Into the Landmo fight here. First cycle, we're going to do our best to get 6 arrows in, maybe more, but not today. Didn't get a friendly pattern. Every cycle after this, we have to react to what they give us. Looks like someone is cleaning it up nicely. Negazeus had a pretty solid first cycle, but took a hit. Nicely cleaned up there on someone's side. And here is where it gets very difficult when you have two worms kind of spawning at the same time, and you're on one heart, and you're trying to figure out where to go to not get hit and also continue to hit them. Down to half a heart here. This is a little bit scary. Oh, okay. We are like one slash away, I think. Maybe an arrow and a slash. Okay. Didn't die in the Lamb-Walrus fight. Good for a race. Yeah, good stuff. All right. Here we're gonna see kind of this is a faster strat by frames to kind of walk down twice and then line up on the correct spot. It does kind of put you in position to occasionally get hit by a crab on that long screen. Then we're gonna use fake flippers to enter this whirlpool, and yeah, this surprisingly only saves like 5 or 6 seconds. But hey, time save is time save. So, in particular, that pickle that just got shot, got pixel boosted, so got hit by the pickle when you normally wouldn't. A pickle that you just saw get shot with by the arrow would be one that you could boom, and it is fast. Oh, please, please. Okay, don't press any buttons. Save and quit. Okay, we know. We're fine. Okay. All right. So here, yeah, taking the save and quit is definitely slower for a variety of reasons. One is it would be slower regardless, but two, you are supposed to go back to the place where you soft locked, and you can either from this point choose to not do it or just go for it since you're already right here. I think it's the second, but yeah, they are not too common. You have to be a little bit careful, but sometimes you get a bad swim because swimming is impossible. That was a really nice death mountain. You get a bad swim and a bad spawn, and it doesn't go well. And good news is that negazeus did remember to not press any buttons and save and quit. If you press any buttons after that happens, it's no longer a soft lock, it's now a hard lock. So you'd have to redo everything up to this point, which would obviously not be very fun. Now, I mentioned that we're probably going to see some more opportunities for leads to occur. Fake flippers is one of them. Definitely not one we hope to see. But unfortunately, most of them are also ones we don't hope to see. Dying in Hera, falling to the Hera bomb jumps, falling to Moldorm, dying to any of the Dark World bosses, dying in any of the Dark World dungeons. All of these things have happened to everybody, so... certainly not what we hope to see, but it is a possibility. Like mini Moldorms hitting you when you go to hit a switch. This is very fun, and it's just taking your heart. But yeah, hopefully we're done with the disasters. That's all we really hope for, is a limited disasters run. Taking a hit there. Getting past that Kadongo and that mini Moldorm is not easy. They love to hit you. And someone here taking a good safety strat, maybe knows they have the lead. Taking a few second time loss here to hit that switch, which gives you the capability of picking up some extra hearts before the boss fight here. Typically, Moldorm's not a boss that kills you unless you enter the fight with about either 1 or 2 hearts, and then it happens some of the time. But it's just one of those safety strats here. Just in case it goes horribly wrong, we're going to be okay. Saw him cancel his dash there. Yeah, that's a... Sometimes you think you're not going to get bumper skip, which is a 4 pixel, I don't know, something pixel window. Pretty tight, so sometimes you panic a little even when you get it. And I see people talking bad about any % save and quit. Yes, please continue to do that. That category sucks. But you are free to run it if you like. Some people do prefer the game with save and quit. And it does save a little bit of time, about 2 minutes or so. So if you feel like you have enough time to do a run, but not quite, you can also always do any % save and quit and be over 2 minutes sooner. So here on someone's side, we're going to see our first go at 3 rupees here. Negazeus didn't quite trust that. Also hit the switch. Gonna get a little bit of health back here. We're gonna pull that tree, and yes, we kind of want the rupees off of it, but the real reason we pull that tree is so that this next tree might be a bit low. Okay, good. Slash there. Oh, getting chased! No! Ah, Moldorm. What a boss. The second tree we pull, Moldorm, please, will give us red rupees, assuming we don't take damage and kill 4 enemies from the time we pulled the first tree. Ooh, that is unfortunate. Moldorm sometimes just likes to hit you, even when you're doing the fight correctly. Yeah, it happens. Luckily, this is a long run. Plenty of opportunity to make up some time here. Especially if we keep seeing a few bonks on someone's side. I think that's at least 2 now. Individually, they're not too much, a little over a second, but nice dash through the bird there to preserve the drops, if you're interested. Interested in preserving the drop, that is. And that tree gives us the red rupees, which is what we really want because we're trying to get up to 104. We're going to get 6 rupees in Egg Tower still. Dangerous dash right there, because sometimes that guard pokes you as you're dashing through, which may or may not have happened to me less than 2 hours ago. Oh, another bonk. Not what you want to see. Another one. This game's tough to run. A lot of these bonks, you know, you're off by 1 pixel or something, and you maybe don't recognize it in time, and it happens. So, can be tough to go fast. That too. And yeah, into Agate Tower here. That arrow didn't look like it was going to hit, but it did, which is good. And oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, didn't get any drops there. That's good. So even though we took the mushroom here, we do really want to not get any drops from those 2 guards. If you dash through an enemy, it won't drop anything. Main reason for that is because later on in the game, in about 45 minutes, we're hoping to get a fairy drop in Turtle Rock. So yeah, enemies 50-50 chance to drop, so having to kill them normally means a 1 in 4. Negazeus also dashing through that bird. Nicely done. Oh, please. Okay, good. Guard wasn't fast enough. Not going to get a bonus this month. But Negazeus will. He's got enough rupees now, so... Oh, that dash! Sometimes you try to dash turn and change the direction of your dash, which you'll see a little bit here from the runners. Well, they'll start their dash in one direction and then turn another. And when you do that, what happens occasionally is you lose control of it and you dash the incorrect direction. You either like bonk into a wall or dash off a pit or dash to your death. All pretty typical things that happen sometimes when you're trying to go fast and press the button. It's just a touch wrong. Ooh, okay. So boom mechanics are also fun. You can't stun enemies if they're in iframes. So you hit the guard with the pot and then boomed him while the guard was still in iframes, so it didn't work. Silly, but that's the game. Negazeus opting for an easier strat there in gold guards. A little bit slower, but as with anything in this game, the goal is to do it, not necessarily do fast. He did DM me trivia. Did he DM me the answer? Oh, he did. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. And yeah, here we're gonna get the Agony M2 Fight, which is awful. What can you say that hasn't been said before? It's, you know, high octane gameplay. And negazeus maybe not realizing you can key dash there when the arrow guard comes all the way down to the bottom there. It's like he had it set up and then decided against it. This has been a pretty solid Agate Tower from negazeus here. Oh, just barely missing that spin. It's going to cost him a little bit of time, but he's healthy, so it's fine. Getting a little bit better at RNG from circular pots there, handling it very well. I really love, too, when you're dashing and an enemy hits you on your dash. It's very fun. Oh, no. And sometimes, it's not a matter of bonking, it's a matter of pit physics being rough. I did not see how many blue balls that was on someone's side. Saw at least one. Pretty sure it was less than 3, which is what you're looking for. Sometimes it can feel satisfying to reset Agony M when you're just starting off, because you're like, oh man, I got bad RNG, it sucks. But never reset, because your RNG is going to be worse next time. It's just the rules of the universe. But yeah, now we're off to the Dark World while negazeus has some of his high octane gameplay, and immediately gets 2 because this boss is fair and balanced. There's 3. Okay. Alright, and someone here going to be spending all of his hard-earned money, which he got from killing things, which is how everybody makes their money, right? Can we get regular jobs in Hyrule? Oh, that's bad RNG. Okay. Handles it well, doesn't take a hit here. Excellent Kiki Dash right there. And Palace of Darkness is an interesting dungeon in that you have like 8 different ways you can do it. I imagine most runners, or both of these runners in particular, will do it the way where we're going to mirror back to the dungeon entrance like 5 or 6 or 100 times. I always lose track. And in so doing, respawn that pot over and over again so we can keep getting bombs. And use that to get enough bombs for the rest of the run here. And the only person who knows how to get 0 blue balls on Agony M1 is Bwayne. And unfortunately, it involves having a disaster like that. But not too much of a disaster. Just enough that you can't actually PB, but not so bad that it's not still a good run. So, yeah. Yeah, so lots of actually just mirroring back, using bombs, getting keys. Lots of keys in this dungeon. And then, oop, almost walked off the edge. Gotta be a little bit careful there. That is a pit, even though over that same pit we just jump over. Yeah, sure. Coming up on this trick right here, hammer jump. This is an opportunity to really crush it and get the correct pixel. Oh, almost both times. But just a couple extra buffers here. Very nicely done. need to get one more key here to finish the dungeon, as if we haven't gotten enough already. And this arrow, very nicely done, can be finicky. It's a pretty narrow gap to hit that arrow shot. And also nicely done here, we're going to have full hearts going into Mimic's room, which be nice to have full hearts after Mimic's room. And okay, a little bit of an alternative strat there, but it works, so it's good. And the reason why we want to have full health is so we can beam that switch you saw right there, and we're going to want to beam one more switch as well, which is just going to save us a menu. Two menus. Yeah. Wait. 2 menus. Yeah. I know how the game works, I promise. Sometimes. When actually hammering that turtle, you do not need to hammer the turtles to flip them, as we can see here. So, losing a few frames just by getting pushed back there, but it's fine. And here we're seeing a few extra pause buffers on negazeus' side. This is a pixel perfect trick, so you have to be on the correct pixel when you initially set it up here. Also not seeing... Oh, opting for a couple of sword buffers to maybe try to save a little bit of time, but those are also difficult. So, let's come back to a menu buffer. Not a big deal. And that's a really good helmet fight on someone's side. Of course, not dying is the ultimate goal, but really only taking one hit and handling it nicely is excellent as well. And now, while we had about 12 seconds, 13 seconds from catching pendants before being able to move on with our lives, when we catch crystals, it's about 2 years. Ooh, taking a hit there. It's going to opt for a couple extra arrows because likely you do use an extra one here. You may choose to use one in the next room, but likely we'll use the boom. Actually. Importantly, that takes one heart away for the helm, or one hit away from the helmet fight, which is one of the most dangerous fights in the run. So can be a little bit intimidating sometimes. And that was in fact a gold Palace of Darkness on someone's side. Good stuff. See if turtles behave here. Looks like they do. Maybe a little bit of extra movement, but able to get the one cycle there, which is a well done turtle room. So here comes the helmet fight. Sword out, extends the hammers. I didn't talk about it much on someone's side. It looked like he went for the spin speed state, which also extends the hammer hitbox, but lets you move a bit more freely. And it extends it differently, so you have to be aware of that. But if you're comfortable doing it like this, go for it, and we don't take a hit. Very nicely done. Picking up the flute here. It looks to be about a 2-minute difference between them right now. So 2 minutes starts to get into the territory of likely going to need a disaster on someone's side or a bunch of mini disasters to make up the difference. Although Fingers crossed that doesn't happen. I think that'll bonk. Okay, good job canceling it. Although, I mean, I don't know. I've had 2-minute leads on Airy before, and he's still come back to beat me. So, could happen. We're in 2 cutscenes at once here. Very fun stuff. Dark World is very challenging, but it does at least give us a few cutscenes here and there to kind of catch our breath. Take it easy. So yeah, here moving into Thieves Town for both of them. One thing about this game is that the overworlds are very challenging. They don't really look it because you have like a lot of these long straight dashes, but there is definitely a lot of small optimizations we do. And we even really talked about quick warps, but entering a warp portal or using the mirror on the correct pixel makes warps take about half a second less. Okay, good. When that Zazek faces to the left there, you need to either cut that dash short a little bit, which someone did, or walk down, which was not necessary because he cut the dash short. Yeah, Thieves Town, generally not too dangerous of a dungeon. Occasionally it fights back and ruins your day, but for the most part, you'll get through this dungeon safely every time. And I realize that most of the time and every time in the same sentence makes a lot of sense. Trust me. Oh, that is unfortunate RNG. Tough to get through there sometimes. Yeah, those crickets can be a little bit dangerous sometimes. Dashing through them is actually not that safe. Of course, not dashing through them is also not that safe because they're monsters. They are the deadliest enemy in the game, besides maybe chain chomps. Nope. Okay, so on that particular RNG, you are able to dash. If you hug the wall, you'll dash through it every time. But it can be tricky to do, and if you're not comfortable doing it, hitting the enemy and then walk through is perfectly fine too. Getting the bomb drop there with the bombs that we already have will not be necessary, but it is a nice extra bomb to have just in case something goes wrong in, say, Ice Palace or Misery Mire. We certainly hope neither of those happen. Oh, he's got a chance. Oh, gets through without the floor falling. Nicely done. That's how you know you did the room very fast. Good stuff there. Here we're setting up for the blind fight. I'm not used to trivia. We blew it. Alright, we'll have extra time. We have until negazeus finishes anyway, right? Okay. Trivia. This game, which was originally pitched as a game starring Link, whose jumping skills are notoriously lackluster, was eventually reworked into this 2014 Nintendo Classic that released on the Wii U. Alright, I'm gonna repeat that. This game originally pitched as a game starring Link, whose jumping skills are notoriously lackluster, was eventually reworked into this 2014 Nintendo classic that released on the Wii U. Alright, we got time. We got time. Breath of the Wild. You might be a little off on your years there. I'm gonna be honest, I was like... Jumping, Donkey Kong Country, 2014 Wii U, that sounds like Tropical Freeze. But Tropical Freeze was 2013. I think. Was it? Maybe it was 2014. It's also not Tropical Freeze. Uh, 2014. Supposedly. Bubsy, let's not. let's try to keep good games on this stream, huh? Wii U does have classics. I mean, Breath of the Wild is on the Wii U. Alright, I think that's the cutoff time. And I will say, who was it? Chex was actually the closest here. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Which, yeah, makes a lot of sense. You explore, you don't jump. Oh, that bonk was pixels away from not bonking. Maybe 2. So yeah, we didn't talk much here about what someone was doing, but got 600 rupees, upgraded the sword. Definitely very important things. See the first 300 on negazeus' side there. Also, both runners golded Thieves Town. Good job. I thought that was real criticism for a second, but I'm just going to ignore y'all. How does that sound? Taking a fall there so that you can walk through the ropa and not have to slash it saves a little bit of time. Seeing negazeus upgrade the sword here. Upgrading the sword, very nice. Saves a little bit of time, about 20 seconds to optimally, which is surprisingly less than you think, but realistically, like close to a minute, just due to the fact that you get so much more consistency with the upgraded sword. Able to dash through a lot of enemies. Most things aren't going to give you any trouble, aside from maybe these mummies in this room. Let's see what strat we choose to do here. Okay, this is an easy Joe strat. Works every time. Bonk on negazeus' side, missed the fence dash. Unfortunate. I could, but that's more syllables. And the Moth fight here, 4 hits, this will be over fast, right? We hope. Please, Moth, behave. Moth running to the corner. Probably not taking a hit there, but... Ooh, that first one didn't count as 2? That's unfortunate. Very nicely handled to finish up the fight there. negazeus, walking into mummies here. Notorious as the worst room in the game. Incorrectly labeled that way, I must add. Gonna get through it here without taking any damage, without losing too much time. Exactly what you want. Gonna be able to dash up here. I am very surprised that the mummy in this room didn't block the door, because it happens literally all the time, and I don't know why. Because he's a jerk, that's why. Ooh, that movement. Just, oh, those ropas! And it looks like on someone's side, it's pulled back quite a lot of time from the light world. What looked to be maybe unlikely to PB at plus 47 is now down to plus 11. Like I said, never reset. Always get worse RNG the second time anyway. Unfortunate Skullbush, even though I guess it should be skull grass, not a bush. Whatever. How does it even fit under the grass? I don't understand. Okay. Oh, taking a hit there. Taking a hit in Ice Palace is not fun. negazeus low on magic here. Luckily, we don't need any more. This is an awkward situation. Yeah, messes up both the... Getting Bunny there, unfortunately, affects both of these rooms. And because we're out of magic, we're trying to hit this mummy a few times. It'll drop the key without killing the Mini Helma, because the Mini Helma is in our prize pack with the Very, and we really don't want to get that. I mean, guards under grass is pretty weird, too. Let's see a nice Moth fight here. Well, that was 1 hit. 2. We're gonna need 2 more. Okay. Moth hanging out at the top. Definitely inconvenient for us in terms of speed. I think that counted. It did. Excellent. There's 4 hits. Ooh. Sometimes this game is 6 heart attacks in a row. You're watching 2 runners. Oh. But it does look like someone has extended their lead a little bit here. Just a few seconds. So I did mention earlier that it's a long run. Because it's long, one of the hardest things to do in this game is maintain a positive attitude. Try to stay, focused the whole time through. Especially when you see a bunch of red in your splits or you're a little bit behind. Well, more than a little bit. Sneaks past the Zora there, gets in the whirlpool. It's actually impossible to do that. So we're through. Minor concern here is because we're low on health, we won't have beams for a couple of rooms. Okay, that's good. Okay, gonna save a magic shot here, so we'll have spare magic later. Not an issue. Now, we did see someone pick up the mushroom earlier, using and not turning it into magic powder. The reason for that is because we can trick the game into thinking we are using the powder instead of the mushroom, but it requires running out of magic to do so, so it's going to be not very easy to get a refill in this dungeon, although probably don't need it. Dashing through that rope right there, not getting lotteried. We love to see it. These berries are just in the way. These... And this is why we're glad we have extra bombs. Yeah. Sometimes Ice Palace happens. Not even for the bomb jump. Yeah. Okay. We will have 2 for the bomb jump here, so still 1 extra. Okay. This room is very tricky to navigate without beams because you go a bit slower, you have to avoid the enemies a bit more. The berries always spark, so you have to handle that. Setting up for the bomb jump here. That looks good, unless he faces down, which I'm not going to... Oh! Maybe I misjudged the pixels, or maybe they adjusted at the last second there. Okay, we're through, but now our health is looking a lot more dire. Okay, woo! Always a bit nervous there too, because when you wait for the fire bar to pass you, when you go for that first top left skull, if you're not quick, you won't beat it to the bottom right skull, and you'll get hit and pushed off the edge. So, was quick enough there to avoid that. On 3 hearts, we have a couple of ways of actually rectifying this situation. The first is don't get hit, which is fantastic advice that I wish we could follow, but unfortunately the game is hard. And second one is take the fairy room, which probably won't see because it is a little bit slow. And by a little bit slow, I mean like 30 seconds. Oh, nice heart drop. Doesn't change the math here. It's still going to be 1 hit and we're dead, but it feels nice to get sometimes. So it looks like we're going to have to go to the age-old advice here of don't get hit, which cold stare is usually over fast enough that it's not an issue. So let's see, 8 fire rod shots to break the shell here. We're going to set up a double or a single spin to spin all of them. We're going to slash 6 times. That is dangerous. One of the cold stare charged him. I don't know what the exact probability is on that. But when you get charged like that, they separate. You almost get hit sometimes when they separate, so we're out of it. Woo! Good. Also getting shocked by the jellies? Dude, the jellies are out to get us. What a great enemy. Oh, negazeus opting to get another bomb. Those Stalfos always drop bombs 100% of the time, guaranteed. So if you are ever in need of a bomb, kill Stalfos. Although in saying that, it does cost a bomb to kill them. That looks good. I think so. Yeah. Alright, through first try, didn't need the backup bomb, but sometimes having that peace of mind... Oh, almost falls through the hole there. Don't go under that skull pot. It is dangerously close to the edge there. Oh, gets them with 1 spin. You'll love to see it. Pengator room. Yeah, it doesn't like to cooperate a lot of the time. Now, with negazeus on however many hearts that is, 6.5, can't afford to take a hit, but much like someone, we're very much hoping we don't take any. Which is how the majority of cold stare fights go. But if you're going to mess up something 1 in 100 times, it's going to be in tournament, right? It's just how that works. So someone opting to get either here totally makes a lot of sense, because not taking hits going into mire is generally what we want. Taking hits going into swamp, not a big deal. Oh, just a little bit slow on the single poke, and now cold stare is getting away. Oh, please, cold stare. Please. 1 more slash on that guy? Nope. I have them confused. There we go. Okay. So I don't do single poke myself. I do double poke. I am not sure exactly what went wrong there. It looked like maybe just a little bit slow getting to the pokes. Maybe pushed Cold Stare a little bit too far right on the initial spin. All of the poke dash setups are actually very precise. Whereas 6-slash, you have a lot more freedom in how precise you are, but it's not quite as consistent, so... If the next tournament's low percent, we're not making it out of Cold Stare half the time. Ooh, but we're through. And nothing bad can happen. Oh. Partial categories are the devil. I mean, you saw someone grabbing the wall there after flipping the switch while the water is filling up. That does save lag frames. So, actually a surprising amount, like almost 15 frames, which is about half a second, which is kind of nuts. So, yeah. You do sacrifice moving a bit, so you don't get the full time save necessarily, but it is a pretty, well, maybe not significant, but it's there. All right, you know what I'm trying to say. And based off negazeus' split timing, I missed it, and based off his health, we did not get either in this split. Oh, that is someone. Go back. Okay, good. Hit the switch. Excellent. Forgetting to hit that switch is like a 60 or 70 second time loss. Maybe just slashed a little bit there. Muscle memory said, "Oh, I slashed. We're good." But did recognize in time. Didn't walk too far out of his way for going back for it. Oh, just started diagonaling. So it's kind of weird. You want to like diagonal into blocks when you push them because it's a little bit faster. And you want to do it as soon as you start pushing them. And someone, sorry, just start diagonaling like maybe 1 or 2 frames too early. And you see the arrow drop there on negazeus' side. You'd really love to pick that up, but it's kind of out of the way. Okay, we're going for it anyway. Hammer dashes on someone's side. Somebody call the speed police. It's faster, but it's illegal. It's going too fast. Nice recognition there to notice slash and then dash on that particular RNG. Oh, Cave remembered to hit switch. Glad both runners recognized what was about to happen. And didn't let it. Okay, and the rest of Swamp is definitely very easy. The boss is not technical at all. Nothing hard to do. Nope. Just gonna walk to the end here, pick up a couple of resources. Do need that bomb because we need to get Ice Red still, which requires a bomb. May also just want to spare for Misery Mire. Yeah, we do need the bomb. Also, the arrow count's a little bit low on someone's side, so continuing to fill it up. Ooh, that is... sparking jellies. Worst enemy in the game, aside from Chomps and Dead Rocks and Cold Stare and everything else. But, well, that was weird, why I didn't slash. Look, we're trying, okay? Setting up for a Fire Rod, quick kill there. Pretty good, that does save about a second. A little bit less because it wasn't done immediately, but done in a safe way is, yeah, good. And this is the longest Crystal cutscene in the game, and it's like painfully long. Even though it's only 2 seconds longer than the Palace of Darkness one. I always think it's going to be over 10 seconds before it is. You're just like mashing, and then you're like, yeah, we're done. Nope, we still got 5 text boxes. negazeus probably does have enough arrows, or actually does have enough arrows if we don't mess up at all to get through the rest of the game. Getting those arrows right there are pretty quick though, so skipping it probably feels pretty comfortable with how they approach Ice Armos and maybe just arrows in general.
Absolutely comfortable.
We are rejoined by Anders, who hopefully got the internet issues worked out.
I've been here the whole time. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, so I'm killing time, just trying to wait for the internet to come back, and I suddenly hear Dow's lovely voice popping through my headphones as I walk by. So, hey everybody, how'd trivia go?
We almost forgot, and then chat reminded me, and then nobody got it. So,
Durs, that question's too hard. But looks like we've got some runs going.
Yeah, it looks like someone had a rough last couple of splits, but overall I expect them playing pretty close to their PB. I think that dash out would be faster, but he got B-most, so... Yeah, Misery Mire, we're going to see negazeus here go up to Death Mountain, brave the mountain to get the Ether Medallion. And for Mire 2, which you saw someone do almost flawlessly, having beams is very nice. So we may or may not have them when we get there. And, you know, I've been talking for most of this, so if you want to just say anything, go right for it.
I will say, hey, I'm proud of you guys for doing this run. Did you know that there are Ropas and Popos in the Dark World? I was gonna point that out, but I couldn't.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to see any more Ropas. We're going to see a few more Popos on negazeus' side in Mire 2.
That is true. Also, happy National Oatmeal Cookie Day, I think?
I could go for an oatmeal cookie.
Yeah, it sounds good, doesn't it?
It really does. Oh, that Tektite just in the way, and so is this other one, please. Alright. Didn't want to dash because wanted to save the spin speed state, which is a little bit faster, but if they're just going to block the way, you don't really have many choices there.
They can definitely be bogeys.
Yeah, hitting the cardinal bushes there because they can drop hearts or fairies, which, like I said, beams are very nice for the start of this dungeon. Just missing that 1 health will stop it, so kind of frustrating, but...
Like I've been saying, I really think that it's always important throughout this tournament, and we've seen it a ton, to know your backups, know your options, because nothing goes the way that you want it to during a tournament run, as we know.
Nothing goes the way you want it during any run. I think everybody who's played this game can attest to that.
I mean, you're right.
Oh, okay. Ooh, yeah. So, someone is flipping the crystal switches from basically off screen, and kind of have to be high enough so that they're loaded in, which is kind of weird because they're still off screen, but was just a touch too low at first there. But almost showing off the backup there, and just gonna lose a little bit of time, not too much. And here we're seeing fake powder, run out of magic, use the mushroom, and switch to the Cane of Samaria, and the game will be like, hey, that's magic powder. Definitely. Just barely gonna miss this 0 cycle.
Still a pretty nice fight, if you ask me.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, know your backups, right? It's a tournament race. Just get through it, right? It's goal number 1.
The goal is to blow up a pig. Full stop.
Yeah. If you lose 20 seconds in a split, hey, who cares, right? If you lose 3 minutes in a split, it's a bit more challenging.
And our third commentator for the day will be my cat, who is jumping in front of me. Because, geez, nothing can go right today, can it?
Oh, we've had a couple golds. That's good.
We have. I see some golds on screen. Tosh Fox says hi. She rubbed her face against the computer.
And yeah, we talked about leads a bit. Turtle Rock is where leads go to die, because so does Link.
True. That is also true. I see that we have Mushroom on someone's side of the screen. Did negazeus pick up any safeties that we've seen so far?
He did not, no.
Okay, good to know, good to know. And how were we on blue ball action?
2, I think, on someone's side, to like 5 on negazeus' side.
Also, I know that I'm coming back late, but man, I'm still... Every time you say someone, I'm like, okay, but whose side? Like, Dow, I know you've been having to hold this down on your own, but the least you could do is know the name of the runners.
I'm trying.
You're doing great. Everyone, shoutouts to Dow. Give Dow some hype and love.
Oh,
chat,
that
please.
is... Okay. Was looking to set up Spooky there, trying to avoid the shooters. Didn't get the... Didn't press A before placing the block, so recognizing that is going to go for the old way. Old. It's like 2017, 2018 strats. We're blowing that wall open. So DLC rooms.
Gotta love a DLC room. And luckily, again, negazeus knows his backups, you know? He's been around the block once or twice, knows what he has to do here.
And yeah, so... Luckily, we also had a couple extra bombs. Oh, don't fall in the pit.
That made me so scared. Let's see how this boss goes.
Gold is boss fight, yeah. Spin all the eyes here. Be able to kill all of them. Ooh, just a little too far to the right to get that eye. Before the boss shoots lightning. But since it is cycle-based, generally speaking, you're able to clean it up pretty easily after the fact.
And nice torch hook on someone's side of the screen. Shoutouts, this whole roller room hook boosts thing, I've never been able to get it once. I'm so bad at it, so I love seeing it in runs.
Yeah, you might think, wow, we're intentionally taking 3 hearts of damage. That's rough. We're due a fairy here in this next room. Hopefully, game, please.
Hey, we got the fairy.
Excellent.
Now
Because this room. Oh, double beams. You gotta be careful with beams because chomps eat beams almost as much as they like to eat Link. So.
Hey, but we made out of there scot-free. Very nice to see. Negazeus leaving Misery Mire and assumedly heading towards Turtle Rock.
Yeah, he's got all the stuff he needs, so.
Someone grabbing a few extra arrows right there from that skull. Let's see how that Popo RNG is in this room, because that's always been my least favorite ones. Oh, I don't like that one. Is that one good?
3 of the 4 RNGs are within 10 frames of each other.
Yeah.
That's the second slowest one, but it is one of the easiest ones. Yeah, hard to really complain about any of those RNGs as long as you don't get hit in the room. They're all basically the same.
Absolutely. And getting bunny beamed isn't the worst thing that can happen there, so whenever I see that, I'm like, eh. Could be worse.
Actually, if it wasn't for... Oh, a little bit of trouble with the Pokies. Avoids the war zone, so it's all good. If it wasn't for getting turned into a bunny, I'm pretty sure bottom right would be the fastest.
Yeah, that's what I do remember, because I do remember things about this game.
Or if not the fast... Oh, okay.
Oh,
We're gonna be okay.
Goodness gracious.
We got the full magic drop. We're okay. Just gotta be a little bit careful here. Alright, and we're through
Yeah,
without taking
we're
it.
good.
Negazeus getting beat up a bit on the overworld. He's gonna put his health a little bit low here. We really want that fairy.
We really want that fairy.
Could also opt to mirror out of the roller room instead of damage boosting pass. But it's pretty significantly slower. It's like 3 to 5 seconds. And if you're comfortable with the rest of the dungeon, generally you'd rather take the hit than the time loss. Getting hit on laser skip there, pretty painful, 4 hearts, but we're probably good. Nobody's ever gotten hit by Trinex twice, right?
Yeah, nobody, never. It's never happened.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Lovely switch room there from someone.
What a fantastic enemy, that skeleton right next to where you want to leave.
Yup, Dow, you have some recent history with that Skelly boy, if I do recall. Go fairy!
Bad chomps, RNG? Chomp? Oh!
Oh my goodness! Looks like we're taking things a little slower on someone's side of the screen, but it seems to have worked out for us.
Yeah, we're fine. Got through the magic part of the phase. Got through the second phase. When can you miss it? Double spin, 1 slash. Easy boss. Oh, just dropped that spin a little bit early. Okay, there's the fairy at least.
Ah! This is fine!
Okay. Okay.
We're through!
We're okay. Those floating skulls do 4 hearts of damage. Because why not, I guess. When you mess up that room, it's a little bit scary. But we got the fairy, got some health back, got the magic, which is nice. We're probably going to be okay.
Don't jinx it, but I think you might be right. I think we're doing okay. Oh. Yeah.
This is the slowest RNG.
Yeah. Was the only one I spent the time to like learn how to identify.
It's so slow that like you have to wait for the roller too in the next room. The roller is dependent on how quickly you do the Poke's room, and yeah, it like completes a full cycle and more, so that you have to wait on it. It's really frustrating. Someone off to GT here, which is definitely the most challenging dungeon in the game, especially to do quickly. It's we don't have the greatest risk of dying in this dungeon, although sometimes things do go pretty wrong and you kind of get beat up more than you expect, but pretty rare to die here. Looks like a very nice laser skip there. Just barely getting hooked to the skull in time. Ooh, and that is one of the dangers of the cane dash strat in Peg Room there. Sometimes the mini Helma likes to get in your way.
Those mini Helmas really do a lot of damage, and they're just honestly so tough sometimes.
We're seeing a bit of a backdoor Trinex strat here, which is a little bit more consistent. Okay, but much more difficult to pull off. As we've mentioned numerous times now, as long as you can do it consistently, it's a good strat. Good Trinex fight. And here's Ice Armos. Much like the first fight, where it's 3 arrows into each of these. But on ice, it's a little bit more challenging. Additionally, we want to make sure to consistently do it fast so that the Ganon fight is consistent. Seems weird that those would be connected, but they are. So we're through there quickly. We're going to know exactly what to expect in the Ganon fight. No concerns there.
You say no concerns, yet I am still very concerned.
About what?
Everything.
Everything. Even this upcoming room right after we finish off Mimics here? Nicely done.
Oh, okay, maybe not everything.
Right, GT is still a challenging dungeon, like I mentioned. 10 hearts, really not all that much, since a lot of things here are going to do 2, and the things that don't do 2 do 1. And sometimes cannonballs get you. So that doesn't help either, but through Gauntlet 1 pretty nicely. Ooh, bonk is a little bit unfortunate. Just a little bit far away from the skeleton on the first slash there, but handled nicely to finish it off. Excellent RNG to just be able to dash through all of them there. Ooh, okay. Misses the initial dash, but recovered excellently. And a fantastic Gauntlet 5 there. So all in all, pretty solid Gauntlet. Could maybe done it a little bit faster, but pretty good. Just missing that fire rod shot. Are going to be fine. It'll be a spin and one more fire rod shot to finish off this fight. Nicely done. I guess he was dangerously close to not getting iframes from standing on the pegs there, but did in fact get them. Huh. I'm not sure I've ever seen somebody dash out too quickly there and bonk the door. That's unfortunate. Yeah. That makes sense. When the wizard robe fires, because the door doesn't unlock until their projectiles die too, because apparently projectiles are enemies. Waiting for the jingle there before walking up.
Don't want to get locked out. Meanwhile, we've got our Armos on Ice happening. Fun for the whole family. One arrow for the wall, as we like to see. Except for we don't like to see it. But makes it through fine.
Missed the bombable wall here. Knows the backup. Didn't see exactly why. Probably walked just like 1 pixel too far down, and then the bomb gets stuck in the wall instead of riding the conveyor to the spot where it blows up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mold, you jerk.
Evil string of burgers.
So negazeus waiting for the spike there, because slashing the spike can mess up the room pretty significantly. Pretty good recognition. Pretty good job taking it safe. And a little bit of movement there to avoid or bait that mini Helma, so that you can kind of just dash straight up. Everybody's got their own little quirk, how they like to do it. So that's the idea there. And here we have the Agony M2 fight. Much like the first Agony M fight, it's going to take 6 energy balls to defeat him. But instead of just dealing with the real Agony M, we have his clones to deal with, and still the blue balls.
Luckily, only the real Agony M can fire those blue balls, but it's still annoying.
Thank goodness, huh? And a 4 cycle in that fight. Not what you want to see, but you're fine with it. Oh!
It could definitely be worse.
Good job there with that Lambo fight.
Oof.
It looks like someone's PB is a 127.32, and negazeus has a 130.07, according to their splits. And yeah, 12 slashes here to end phase 2 of the Ganon fight. Looks to be, we're gonna get it. Yep, 12 hits right there. Avoid the bats, which are behaving as expected. Slash Ganon, phase 3 here. Ganon's gonna warp. We hope not too much. Slash him when he stops. Eventually, Ganon, who hurt you? I know it was us, but who else?
It's hopefully us.
Stop running away from your problems, okay? Face them head on. We're through the warp phase. 12 spins will bring it home here. Might have been just a little bit too far away. Mashing the lamp to make sure we get torch glitch here. I respect it. Just a few more spins. Our goal is to get triples on a lot of these torch lightings. Sometimes, again, his warp patterns makes it difficult, but we're getting a lot of triples here. Good stuff. should be only one more spin to finish it off here, I think. Fantastic.
Get your GGs in chat, please, as we celebrate someone finishing with a racetime.gg time of... How long can I draw it out? A 1:28:43. Very nice.
Excellent run. And it looks like negazeus has had a pretty solid Aga Tower, Ganon's Tower. Although, I mean, it should be Aga's Tower. Look at this! He's the real boss!
Which came first, the Ganon or the Aga?
I mean,
I know. Yeah, I'm funny. Tell me I'm funny.
Was that a Joshua real-time attack impression you were going for?
Well, my voice does not go that low. I can't, but just imagine. Thank you, Sirius. Got our back crash going, and negazeus is following right behind on that Ganon fight.
Same deal here. 12 hits phase 1, 12 hits phase 2.
Hello.
Getting the same RNG here.
I believe we're joined by someone. GG, someone.
GG's.
Nice run.
Yeah, it was a good run. For the most part.
Got some golds. Always love to see that.
Mm-hmm.
So now, talk us through your run a little bit. Like, imagine that one of us, I don't know, lost internet connection at midway through Escape and didn't come back into Mire. So, talk us through some stuff. Hypothetical, of course.
Well, the early game was decent enough, and then I got, I think it was 4 blue balls? I can't remember. And then the Dark World was going good until Cold Stare. I lost some hearts, so I had to play the boss a little safe, and I missed the bomb jump once, so that was a bad split. But then the rest was pretty good.
Over a minute off your PB. I think that's usually a pretty good barometer of a good run. It's right about a minute away.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with worse RNG.
Yeah, so the PB I got the other day was 0 blue balls, and like, well, the other RNG was pretty good.
It does look like could maybe PB again pretty soon because we're able to claw back a lot of time after.
Yeah, I didn't record my PB, so hopefully I PB again and actually get things to get it recorded.
Always good to have that. Guys, gals, non-binary pals, get your GGs in chat for negazeus blowing up the pig, holding up that sword. I'm going to keep stalling so I don't have to just hold it out like I did last time as we get an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 31 minutes and 56 seconds. I totally didn't stall. Amazing.
With that said, you are going to advance in winner's side here, and your opponent in the next match is going to be Lynxian. Do you have any thoughts on that, someone?
I haven't looked into my opponents much, so I'll just play the best run I can do, or something. I'll just play as well as I could.
Yeah, good attitude.
Love to hear that.
Yeah, now joined by negazeus. Aside from a couple of rough things early, it looked like it was a pretty solid run.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if I didn't make just like a couple mistakes, it actually would have been a pretty solid run for me. I even got a gold, so like, I was playing well, just, you know, missed fake flippers and spooky and the quick kill on colds there, and I think those were the major mistakes in the run. But yeah, it was pretty solid. And GG's, someone?
Yeah, GG's.
Unfortunately, yeah, only 3 or 4 disasters in a run is usually okay, but when it's fake flippers, soft luck, that one's pretty tough, pretty punishing.
Yeah, I mean, luckily I didn't panic. Usually, usually I'm like, oh, what are the rules on this? I was like, nope, you just gotta go back to the screen and get there, and I think you're good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I definitely panicked though. I don't know. I was moving in the water. I'm like, nope, this is all wrong. This is all wrong. Just go to the top and avoid it, and that failed miserably.
I mean, we talk a lot in these comms about how important it is to know your backups and know your options. So it's always good to see people think on their feet, I guess, is all I can say.
Yeah. Also always good to play safe and not die.
Yeah. We had almost a few run-ins like that this time.
Yeah.
You're just keeping us awake. I mean, it's a Friday, midday for most of us. You're just making sure that we're on our toes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, gotta keep everyone awake at 3, 4 o'clock is like the time of the day that everyone falls asleep at work, right? So you gotta keep them going.
Unfortunately, this does put you in loser's bracket, negazeus, but you are going to be playing the winner of Rob J. Beasley versus Verts, which I don't know when that's scheduled for, so got a few days, I guess, before that. Any comments on that, or any plans between now and then?
Honestly, I don't have a lot of time to practice or anything, but yeah, I want to get in a little more practice. My late game, I feel like, is feeling a little weak lately, so if I can work on that, and obviously just work on that, and just honestly, the goal is always to be consistent in a tournament, so just if I can keep the consistency, then I'll be happy.
Good stuff.
And there you have it. A very good comment, very good point.
Any last thoughts, anybody? Good race, y'all. It's fun to watch.
Thank you for commentary. And for the restream. Always appreciate it.
Yeah, it's always good. It's always fun to look back on these races sometime.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys, I had to shoo my kids out of the room because they were being very loud, and I'm sure you do not want to hear them commentating. Thank you, guys, to the runners, which is someone325 and negazeus, and thank you to our comms, Deotome. And I'm saying it wrong. I know I am.
Don't worry, I am too. Whatever you say is fine.
Fine. And and Anders. I'm gonna boot you guys over to the Skyward Sword randomizer, which I know is totally opposite everything in this, which is, but it's new and it's interesting, and most people don't think of Skyward Sword as an actual Zelda game that people play. It's actually only been very, very recent that people got back into it with all the glitches that they've found fairly recently. But besides that, we do have another restream later tonight of Link to the Past No Major Glitches. And that's going to be the winners bracket round 2. Seed 46 Ace 0187 versus Seed 34 William Atlas. And that's at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I have no idea who's restreaming it. And that's what we have. There's a whole bunch of stuff tomorrow and Sunday as well, but I'm not going to go over all of it. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching.